In a powerful address, the Director General of ISPR issued a stern warning against those facilitating terrorism within the country. The military's top brass, following the Corps Commanders Conference, vowed that Pakistan will never allow its peace to be compromised by externally sponsored terrorism. The statement affirmed that the armed forces, in synergy with intelligence and law enforcement agencies, will pursue all proxies and facilitators of terrorism with unrelenting resolve. The message is clear. These hostile elements, trained and financed to incite chaos, will be dismantled and decimated with the full force of national will. The DG ISPR emphasized that status quo on this front will not work anymore. A critical diplomatic initiative kicked off today in Islamabad as the third Trilateral Conference of the speakers of Pakistan, Türkiye, and Azerbaijan began. The three-day event brings together the heads of the parliaments to strengthen inter-parliamentary dialogue and institutional collaboration. Speakers from all three brotherly nations will deliberate on a coordinated approach to promote sustainable peace, regional stability, and shared prosperity. Key topics on the agenda include enhancing cooperation in areas like trade, defense, and combating transnational threats. This trilateral engagement is expected to further consolidate parliamentary relations and deepen the strategic partnership between the three countries. The Foreign Office has issued a sharp rebuttal following Kabul's condemnation regarding alleged airstrikes. Islamabad's response firmly rejected any accusations, reiterating its resolve to protect its territory from cross-border attacks. Sources indicate the FO statement underscored Pakistan's right to self-defense against militant groups operating from across the border, noting that the country has faced a severe uptick in terrorism. The ministry emphasized that external forces are sponsoring terrorism within its borders, urging the authorities in Kabul to honor their commitments and prevent the use of their territory for launching attacks against Pakistan. Major news in Pakistan's digital landscape. Amazon's low Earth orbit satellite initiative, Project Kuiper, has announced plans to launch satellite broadband services in the country by the end of 2026. This multi-billion-dollar global project aims to deliver high-speed, 400 megabits per second internet, especially to remote and underserved regions. The move follows a high-level meeting with the IT ministry, which hailed the initiative as a step toward a digital nation Pakistan. Amazon plans to establish ground gateways and local network points to ensure reliable connectivity, setting the stage to become a key competitor in the nation's growing satellite internet market. Welcome to Pakistangeo Defence Update. For the latest on regional security and military analysis, subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss an intel drop. Pakistan-Afghanistan border. Heavy fighting has erupted today along the Durand Line, with both sides reporting significant casualties. The clashes, which began overnight with artillery and rocket fire, intensified this morning. Sources in Islamabad claim Afghan Taliban forces initiated a massive cross-border attack, which the Pakistani military has repelled, inflicting severe losses. Conversely, the Taliban claims their actions were a direct retaliation for a recent Pakistani airstrike deep inside Afghan territory. Local residents are in a state of panic, with reports of mass displacement as the fighting threatens to spiral into a broader military confrontation. Regional powers, including Saudi Arabia and Qatar, are now scrambling to mediate and prevent a full-scale border war. The escalating border conflict between Pakistan and Afghanistan is being further complicated by a powerful yet silent player, the United States, and specifically the status of Bagram Air Base. Bagram, though officially handed back to the Taliban, is at the heart of the current diplomatic knot. Washington's lingering security and intelligence interests in the region, particularly concerning counter-terrorism and the stability of its regional allies, rely on a complex and often contradictory set of arrangements with both Kabul and Islamabad. The U.S. needs Pakistan to ensure a stable supply route to certain areas, yet it simultaneously wants to maintain surveillance and counter-terrorism capabilities that could be served from a reconstituted Bagram. This dual interest is preventing the U.S. from taking a decisive side, leaving a diplomatic vacuum. The crisis today is a direct result of that strategic ambiguity. The world is watching to see which interest the U.S. prioritizes. A new layer to the U.S. Gulf military alliance has been unveiled today. the United States Air Force has announced a major new training initiative with the state of Qatar. Under the new Pact, a detachment of Qatar's advanced F-15QA Ababil fighter jets will be permanently stationed at Mountain Home Air Force Base in Idaho. The move is designed to fast-track the training of Qatari pilots, embedding them within U.S. fighter squadrons for a minimum of 3 years. This initiative deepens Washington's military commitment to Doha, a key energy partner and a critical diplomatic hub, especially in recent Middle East peace efforts. Turkey is reportedly on the cusp of finalizing a significant defense deal that will reshape the military balance in South Asia, with Bangladesh as its new strategic partner. According to sources in Ankara, the deal involves the sale of 2 advanced Turkish-made air defense systems, the Hisar-O plus medium-range system and the formidable Cyper long-range system. For Bangladesh, this represents a crucial upgrade to its air defense shield, giving it a sophisticated, multi-layered capability against aerial threats. For Turkey, it marks another major success for its indigenous defense industry and a deepening of its strategic footprint in the Indo-Pacific region. This agreement is being closely watched by Dhaka's regional rivals, as the influx of advanced Turkish technology significantly boosts the South Asian nation's defensive posture. In the South China Sea, Beijing and Kuala Lumpur are preparing to launch a major joint military exercise this month, a move certain to draw attention from regional and global powers. Codenamed Peace and Friendship 2025, the drill is scheduled to take place in waters off the Malaysian coast. While officials from both nations describe the exercises as routine, focusing on humanitarian assistance, disaster relief, and anti-piracy, the scale and the inclusion of high-value naval assets from the People's Liberation Army Navy will be closely scrutinized. This is seen by analysts as Malaysia's effort to balance its relationship between Beijing and Washington, asserting its non-aligned position in the increasingly contested South China Sea. The drill is a clear demonstration of strengthening defense ties between the two nations and a potential counter-signal to recent Western naval freedom of navigation operations in the area. A historic touchdown marked a new chapter in Saudi-Russian relations on Friday as Saudi Arabia's national carrier, Saudia, completed its first direct passenger flight from Riyadh to Moscow. This inaugural flight to Sheremetyevo Airport is more than just a new route. It underscores the warming diplomatic and economic ties between the two global oil-producing powers. Saudia has confirmed it will operate 3 weekly return flights, a move set to boost tourism, business, and official visits in both directions. The launch is a key part of Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 goal to connect the kingdom with the world, facilitating smoother travel for both business travelers and tourists exploring cultural sites. As one Russian official noted, this new route is the beginning of a history that will undoubtedly continue for a long time to come. India's decision to reopen its embassy in Kabul is a strategic move that addresses regional security and geopolitical rivalry. The upgrade to a full embassy, announced during the visit of Taliban Foreign Minister Muttaqi, comes amid heightened tensions between the Taliban and Pakistan. In the talks, India's External Affairs Minister Jaishankar stressed the shared threat of cross-border terrorism, an issue both nations now face. The Afghan side, in turn, reassured India that its territory would not be used against any other country, a clear message aimed at Islamabad. Analysts suggest this diplomatic outreach allows India to reassert its influence and prevent rivals like China and Pakistan from dominating Afghanistan. By re-establishing its diplomatic presence, India aims to safeguard its past investments and play a stabilizing role in the evolving dynamics of the region. That's all for today from Pakistangeo Defense. Hit subscribe and drop your opinion.